Yeah, we back. Turn it up just a little.
Good day, everybody. My name is Red Earth, and today I've got a spicy list I've brewed up. Since the release of Strixhaven is coming out, I decided to do an extra tournament this week, and this one I've dreamed up. I was thinking about it a lot last night, and I figured out more or less how I wanted to do it. I did a couple practice games with it, and I think I got the list kind of where I want it to be. So we'll start covering what it is. This is an is it list. That is trying to utilize loot, although it doesn't necessarily need loot in play. It can capitalize and win the game off of loot, theoretically, the turn after. And what this card does is it lets you draw a card if you have 7 more cards in hand. Just kidding, that's not what we're using it for. We're using it to double our mana for instants and sorceries. And you'll notice in the deck, all but basically 5 cards that aren't lands are instants and sorceries. So we're going to get a lot of utility off of this. It doesn't work as well with multicolor cards, but if you're untapping with a loot, you're in a very good position regardless. It is worth noting that this card doesn't really work in multiples. It does for the card draw aspect, and it does for the idea that if you have multiples in play, if your opponent has the capability of removing one, you get an excess one. But yeah, this is pretty central to the game plan. But hopefully you'll see today, even if this gets disrupted, that doesn't shut us down. So we're not a one and done combo deck, so to speak. So the rest of the deck is tons of interaction. So we've got, I'll drag you over here, you and you. So we got Impractical Joke. This is basically a sorcery speed lightning bolt. What's not to like? It can't hit face, but that's not really how we're winning the game anyway. So this does its job. Also, by being sorcery, it has the good advantage of working with this new card called Flow State. This card, from my testing in Limited and in Constructed, this card is ridiculous. If we thought Stock Up was good at 3, taking 2 cards away but casting it at 2 is just bananas. Um, Even as a 2 mana impulse, it's okay where you look at the top 3 and you take 1 card. If there's nothing else going on at that point, you can do that, and it also sets up future flow states. But the moment you have both an instant and a sorcery, these become 2 mana draw 2s out of a card selection. It is great. We got 3 consult star charts. Instant speed, like you'll find I'll be keeping my mana up a lot to interact with the opponent, but this is a card that's been an all-star for a while now, and it lets you draw cards and tutor out of the top X cards of your library. This is kind of important for this deck because we have a couple singletons that we're looking for once we've got the game more or less locked up. 4 Seers, this is probably the best red removal spell in the format, so there's nothing to be shocked about this one. Prismari Charm, this card does just about everything. It deals 1 damage to one of 2 targets. It rarely comes up, but occasionally you get to kill something or kill 2 things, ideally. But a lot of the time it's either a boomerang in a pinch where you can bounce something, or you can surveil 2 and draw a card. Both modes are really good. The flexibility of this card is awesome. Vibrant Outburst. This card is not just for limited. At least in this deck, I've been finding it's quite good. The ability to absolutely stimmy aggro by instant speed incinerating a creature and then tapping down another creature. This just generates so many extra life points that it is worth its weight in gold. Slag Storm. So I've got 2 of these in the main. It allows you to do a 3 mana sweeper for 3. And if your opponent's going extra wide, it lets you hit those creatures. And yeah, extra wraths in this deck are good. And then going up, we've already talked about loot, but we've got Splatter Technique. Pay 5. You can either draw 4 or you deal 4 to each creature and each planeswalker. what you notice about the majority of our burn is that it hits both creatures and planeswalkers. So sometimes we might need to double up, but we have lots of card draw to pull us through. So yeah, we have any target, 1 of 2, any target, creature, planeswalker. This one's just creature, but this is creature, planeswalker. So we should hopefully be able to sweep past Elspeth, unless your opponent's doing some nasty Estelle stuff. We have a Singleton Pyromancer's Goggles. I'm not sure how good this card is in actuality. It's kind of just a cheeky inclusion. We don't have a... The goal is to have like not a lot of permanents for my opponent to interact with. So they'll usually sideboard down, or they'll keep a couple destroy target artifact effects in their deck. But by not leaning too heavily on the loot or the goggles, we get the utility of, when it does stick, we get to do some pretty crazy things. So it adds a single red mana, so that's not great, but whenever you cast a red instant or sorcery spell, you can copy the spell and choose new targets for the copy. So this will double up all your removal spells. You can draw multiple cards or bounce multiple cards. You can draw 8 cards. You can hit everything for 8. Lots of neat utility off the goggles. Then let's go up to the high end. So you've got a single Dawning Archaic. Only creature in the deck if we're not counting tokens from Starforge. You'll know if you watch any of my videos, I do love me a Starforge. And this costs 1 less for each instant sorcery card in my graveyard. So as I'm just playing this guy gets cheaper and cheaper, like a Tolarian Terror. But when he finally hits, he's humongous, so he dodges all the low end removal. He blocks pretty well because he's got reach, and anytime he attacks, I get to generate one of my spells in my graveyard, cast it for free, which will usually be like a flow state, a removal spell, or even better, a splatter technique drawing me 4 cards. We also have a single Traumatic Critique. I don't want too many of these in the deck because it's pretty expensive to remove targets, but it is technically a potential win condition by hitting my opponent multiple times with it. I'll get to how we do that in a second, but yeah, you just deal X damage, draw 2, and discard a card, so it continues the game plan of churning through our deck and hitting stuff. Finale of Revelations. So we got 2 of these. The goal is to cast this off of a loot, and when we do, we get to infamously tap 6 lands, and then untap 5, and draw 10 cards, shuffle our whole graveyard into our library, thus setting us back up. So if we used a goggles, used our loots, used our archaic, used the critique, it gets back into our deck. And we also have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game, so we just get to sit there and play with our food with a gigantic hand. It's pretty fantastic. Also, the reason I have 2 of them is because like sometimes you may need to cast this for 2 or 3, or maybe one of them will get duressed. And in that case, the second one can then shuffle an additional copy into your deck, so you get a little more longevity that way. And then the last card in the deck that isn't a land, Mathgics. So, the way you would think you would use this with loot is to draw a bunch of cards, and that is certainly one of the ways to do it, especially with Finale of Revelation already being resolved. But for 14 mana, you can guaranteed kill an opponent no matter how many cards they have left in their deck, because you do X is equal to 6, and they draw 64 cards, and immediately deck, draw, blow up. So this is a one-shot kill. This is usually how I'm going to be trying to win the game, is either digging to it with all of my drawing, or shuffling it back on my deck with Finale, and then just, hitting them and ending their life. As for the mana base, it's pretty straightforward. I've got couple of Verges, some Steam Vents, some of the new slow lands, which are just great untapped lands. We, I guess, are a little vulnerable to all the non-basic land destroy that could potentially be in the format, so I'm a little worried about that, but at least we've got a fair share of basics. Got the single Starforge that'll help us produce creatures and give us another way to win in case our few win conditions get stolen from us. We've got a single Mistrise Village and a single Quarry Mountain Monastery. Sometimes this will just draw you free cards, and sometimes this will help you push through either Mathgics or Critique in a win against control. The sideboard is obviously experimental, and we're just starting things up now. But I've got a couple Soul Guide Lanterns in case anybody's doing anything too cheeky with their sideboard. I've got 4 Essence Scatters. This will be against decks that you need to counter against with like the bigger threats like Quantum Riddler and Ouroboros. Some of these cards you can't counter, but this is for the bigger ones. In the control matchup, we've got Negates ready to go, and probably against any of the Esteli decks. I've also sided in Braids in case I want to move some cards around for more removal. More importantly, can hit artifacts because of stuff like Monument to Endurance. I imagine that's going to be a pretty popular one to try. And then I've also sided in a single high Fae Trickster. This is also for the control matchup. I'll be trying to do a lot of stuff at the end of their turn and just trying to draw through and tank through their counter spells. The removal should be pretty bad, or they might side all of it out because I'm only going to have 1 or 2 of these guys. And if I can land a high Fae Trickster in play, not only does it put a body into play, but now all of a sudden anything I can cast at flash. I can cast a loot at end of turn. So yeah, that's the deck. I'm excited to show you guys what it can do. I'm also excited to continue new brews because Strixhaven just released. So I'll catch you guys in the next round. See you then. Alright, everybody. Sorry about the change of how things are going. However, I'll just adjust this window a little more. Yeah, so I got the buy round one, which is unfortunate for trying to showcase my deck, but we're gonna just watch and cast what they got going on over here. So 2 Pints looks to be on some sort of Jund Boyd list, and their opponent is on some sort of healing white-blue list. I have no idea what Tempest Hawk is, but Healer's Hawk is a 1/1 flyer. They've got a World Wagon in play, which I don't believe they can crew yet. I think it's crew 3. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you can go fetch out another Hawk. Okay, so maybe they're like some sort of mono flyers list. Interesting. Hawk's getting hexed. They're gonna get a free Tempest Hawk, I believe. It's certainly no Squadron Hawk from back in the day, but it's trying its best. Rocketeer Boost Buggy. I have no idea what that is. Probably some Aether Drift card. Surak's gonna come down and get a bajillion counters. The World Wagon is probably... Oh yeah, that. Saboteur as well. Probably gonna activate the World Wagon. There we go. Boyd's gonna do Boyd things. And they are rumbling on in. The opponent is looking like they're about to get cooked from card quality alone. What? Yeah. Authority of Consuls. Too little, too late, my friend. Tempest Hawk is down. Yep, deal 2. Grab another Hawk. Sure. Crew in a World Wagon, why not? So whenever that attacks, create a treasure token, you can exhaust it to put a 1/1 counter. Maybe it becomes a creature when you do it as well. It would help if I were actually in Arena, but it's not the reality we're in. Enjoy your counter. Take 300,000. Bang, bang, bang. 2 Pints takes game 1. Okay, so they got access to Vibrance. I love Vibrance. Maelstrom Pulse, not bad. 0 Point Ballot. I'm not as crazy about that card. I can see utility to having like lower end sweepers. Oh, the opponent has Day of Judgment. Very interesting choice for a deck that wants to put creatures into play, but Godspeed. The cool thing about 0 Point Ballot is that you can like bring back something after you sweep everything, but you have to lose 6 or more life, which means you're paying 7 mana for a sweeper, and that is just a super tall ask. I guess it kind of works if you're in like some sort of mid-range mirror and you're both putting creatures down and you gum up the board real bad, but I just don't. I'm not crazy about that card, but maybe other people have a lot better experience with it. Who am I to question 2 pints? I've been beaten up by them many a time. Isn't that right, Sam? We love losing to people. All right. 2 pints is up a game. Going into game 2 of round 1. We're both waiting on the opponent. This hand looks fine to me, I think. Landwar Elves is in play. Into some quick saboteurs. To multiple voids. I don't know what Sarkhan's Resolve does, but imagine Sarkhan's got an idea. Unsummon the Surak. That's a trade I'm sure he's not too upset about. Not too keen on, but not too upset. You've got a 3-mana 2/2. +3/+3 destroy a flyer. Interesting. I'd Void here, but maybe I don't know enough. Oh, gonna try to pop his flyer so he can't get more free flyers. I see. Okay. Yep, Flying Tribal. I don't know what the right answer is to destroy the 2. Maybe the one that draws cards is the better answer. Yep. Can't block you with Menace. Is it Void o'clock? Gonna get 3 for 2 maybe off of a Day of Judgment. And if not, get absolutely mollywopped by an array of rock creatures. Yeah, yeah. I mean, do you put all the Boyds in the same basket? After all, why shouldn't we? Attack for lethal. Enjoy your counter. You just die, right? Like, even if you block, you have to take the 10. Take 17. Alright, that's round 1. I'll see you guys in the next round when I'm playing. Alright, welcome to round 2. No longer on the bye. We are fading fan favorite Luigi. He's got that that 1-drop that increments up and then drops a guy out on the other side when you kill him. So he's probably playing some Simic variant. Kind of nasty if that's the case. Got multiple. This is a little too high end. I'm gonna mulligan so I can interact a little sooner. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Keep 6. I'll drop you off the cliff. Alright. All down to 5. Okay. There's an elf. Steam vents into play tapped. Warden of the Grove. Up he goes. So whenever a non-token creature you control enters, it endures X. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if he puts a void into play. If he does, it's getting seared. Okay. We're gonna try to bounce that. Protect him. Oh my god. Gotcha. Sear this now. Oh, 3/3. Pop him now. Cast Flow State. I don't need Mathgics anytime soon, so I'll grab those two. Play that up. Just a Riddler to draw. Okay. Pick one. Grab a Verge. I'm going to deal 1/1. Take advantage of the mana screw while I can. Sorry, my Luigi friend. Take 3. Probably. Yeah, I'll grab this. Sure. Target that. We're going to drop the Slag Storm. Got a Charm for whatever comes next. I'm probably going to splatter and draw a bajillion cards. Alright. Let's do some searching. I kind of want both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Perfect. Pass the turn. He's got the land. Does he have the void? He's got the void. Get out of my house. Alright, loot. Let's draw 4 cards. Alright, moving on. So, good chance he's gonna have a lot of negate spell piercing shit going on. So we're just gonna have to try to face tank that. Archaic doesn't matter. Critique doesn't matter. Mathgic is okay. Probably want Essence Scatter. Essence Scatter. But he's got Bailoff. Bailoff. No. Braid, braid. Remove the goggles, add another braid. Just gonna go lower to the ground. Keeping the loot. Because if I can have 5 mana with the loot, I can hold up any of the 2 mana spells. This would be great if I had red. Mulligan though. Alright. Sure. I will toss Finale for now. Steam ends taps. Oh, red. Interesting. Kill that. Put this into play tapped. Gotcha. Just kill him now. 1 for 1 until we are done. Wretched Void. Oh. Very much like to draw 2 cards with star charts. Crawling Barrens could be a problem, theoretically, someday. Let's go look for something. Splatter technique? Sure. One, two, very careful tapping. Two, three, 4, 5. Wants to keep the blue up. Probably has a spell pierce then. Oh, trying to guarantee to eat my loot. I see. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Not sure I can win at this point. How would I win? I'm gonna have to draw cards and try to dig my way out. Spell Pierce? Yeah. You got this one. We're just gonna run. Alright. Loot doesn't matter as much. I'm gonna go down on 1 loot, go up on 1 abrade, maybe? Actually go down on some abrades, go up on some essence scatters. Because essence scatter is actually pretty good as long as I can keep all the other shit contained. Maybe I'll go down on 1 charm, up on another essence scatter. Alright, reasonable hand, let's go. Reasonable hand. Play first. Looks pretty reasonable to me, I guess. Adds red. Ends blue. No card draw, but I guess we'll deal with that later. Looks like he's mulliganed at least once, maybe? Okay. Too many. We'll just kill him. Back to you. Taking 2. Can't be countered. Sure. Enjoy your card. Yes, Sam. Careful tapping. Interesting. This guy, huh? I don't like what you got going on. I'm just gonna counter that. I'm gonna use Spell Pierce. You got it. Let's get that guy off the table. Your turn. No Boyd, please. I want to save my spotter technique and draw. But okay. We can work with this, hopefully. Back to you. Got a few turns with that in play. Ugh. A lot worse. Okay, I've got a lot fewer turns. Tap this. Let's see what happens. Sear. Flow state. I think what I'm gonna do. Put this down. Syrian right now. And counter the next one. The next turn, Seer Joke. Yeah, I'll take another 5. This might lead to my doom, but gotta take risks. Another land. Sure. Attempt to counter that. Spell Pierce. Wandering Strand. Gotcha. Okay. Resolves. Start with this. Low state. Loot. Fountain. Seer. Joke. Land. Pass. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough to revelate. Not good. We can counter one thing if it's counterable. Fortunately, they've had counters every time it's been irrelevant. My life for a Prisma or the other charm. Maybe I should have just taken it though. Try to counter that. Elf. Elf. Two. Four cards. Okay, that's not nothing. Still not in good shape. Genamore. Oh, that's lethal. Alright. Well, see you guys in game or round 3. Alright, welcome to round 3. We are playing against Ares. I believe this is the person we saw playing in round 1. So technically I don't have this information, but I did see an authority to consoles on their deck box, which is going to have shockingly very little to do in this matchup. This all looks fantastic. I will keep. Then to play tapped. You got a hawk. I am going to joke this right on. I want to set up my flow states to draw 2 as fast as possible in case I don't draw lands. Like such. Sure. Card in hand. I'm gonna draw some cards. I would like the land, please. Flow state and technique, please. Would have happily taken a land there, but deal with the hands we're dealt. Okay, perfect. In the turn, I think I'm going to go for star charts next, hoping to pick up another land so I can loot and hold something open. Yes. I'm just not doing things. What's the game plan over there, Mr. Flyman? Land. Outburst. I'm not worried about Mathgic right now. We'll play loot out. Da 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 da. Could I O-ring it? Alright, it's yours. Play Starforge out and threaten to start making tokens. paid a little more attention. All drop joke. I'm not keen on that. Not keen on that either. Cool. Let's draw some cards. Pass the turn back. I will discard a... Slag Storm. Tempest Hawk, sure. I know what this card does now. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alphabet. Draw a card. Play a land. Blow some shit up. Take our time. Ease into things. Sure. Well, let's sear it off the face of the earth. Want to make it indestructible? I will allow it. Unsummon. Ooh, even better. Sure. My turn. Let's draw a card off the loop. Blow some creatures up. Let's do some flow stating. Ooh, archaic. Sure, why not? Cast it for free. Play this. Seer, Quarry Mountain Monastery. Cast the turn back. I'll return that to my hand. Alright, they're out of stuff. Yep, doesn't matter. Alright, time to do the old tap one land, draw 10 cards trick. Cancel. Put this into play first. 10. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it looks like they're out of stuff, so we'll just give them the old 6. X is equal to 6. Yep, you can have some cards. I'm a generous man. Kapow. Alright. So they're going to be board against some counter spells, probably. Goggles don't matter that much, I don't think. That's fine. If they keep in the wraths, that's good. I want all of that stuff. And they're probably not removing my only win condition, so I don't need that. I'll go down on some Prismari Charms. So I think I want to replace the negates with Spell Pierces, because they work just fine when I have the loot into play. However, That's a best case scenario. I sideboarded in 4 negates, 4 spell pierce. No blue mana, that's not gonna fly. Also no blue mana, but I've got some early game interaction. The moment I find either a mountain or an island, it should do fine. I think on the draw I'll just keep this. Kill the first few things I see. Hope it pans out. Tempest Hawk. Well, I just need any land at this point. Although technically Mistrise Village would be not amazing to see. Draw a card, draw a card. Seems desirable. Okay. All in on red, I see. The Verges are really punching me in the teeth. The other Tempest Hawk, that's great. So that's how we're gonna lose this game, is it? I'm killed by 3 mana, flying Grey Ogres that draw more and get Grey Ogres. Could have mulled to 5. Could have mulled to 5. Oh, blue don't shit. I mean, technically, I guess at this point I'll take another Slag Storm. You can have any number of cards named Tempest Hawk. I see the meme now. And they just keep going. Hilarious. Okay. I'm not that confident they have that many. Negate style cards. I also think I'll just let those 1/1 survive and then sweep them. We'll do a Braid of Braid. See where that takes us. Come on, reasonable hand. Play first. I mean, I've got 3 pieces of interaction. I think I'm gonna keep this. Got 2 colors of mana. Hard to say no. I'll just take it. I've got 20 turns to deal with that. That's something worth killing. Ding. Yeah, until I get more card draw, I'm not wasting it on the Hawk. That's a lot of eagles. Alright, I'll take 2. You get me. I still refuse to kill the honk. Sure. Okay, we're cooking, we're cooking, we're cooking. I'll play down a loop. Doesn't matter that much. If they have the O-ring, then I'll just splatter technique and draw a bajillion cards. Sure. Deal. I've cast a few tidings in my life. I won't be unhappy to cast a few more. Very nice. I'll wait a turn or two before I cast more splatter techniques, because I don't want to just discard a bajillion cards and not have anything to do with my mana. Okay. About now sounds good. Sure. I mean, whatever. Throw him at the face. Why not? There's a potentially cursed timeline where I have to do something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could do X is equal to 4. 8 cards. Ooh, Prismari Charm. I think I'll use that to seal the game. So I'll just pass it back to them. I can play a land, sure. The end of the turn. Bounce this. Oh, counterspell? I mean, okay, sure. Whatever. Straight up cancel. Well, better that than something else. Let's draw more cards. Flow state, charm. We'll try again next turn. I will discard joke, and a single seer. Okay, sure. See what you got. Land. Another card. Oh. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Gonna try this again. Next spell I cast can't be countered. Trying again. 1, that's 5, 6, 7, so we'll just... Spell can't be countered. Six, target, yes, auto pay, and good game, my friend, unless you can redirect it. Kapow. Good game. On to the last round. Welcome to round 4. We are fighting against Slumboy. His deck box has some monkey breaking a sword. I have no idea what the fuck that is. 6 lands and 1 spell. I think I can hopefully do better than that. This somewhat counts. I'm gonna toss the goggles away. Ah, we're just gonna get burnt out. This is not great. Hopefully it's a Hitsugu deck and I can hold on to a negate and just ride that to victory, because if not, I am in trouble. Burn, burn. I guess in an absolute emergency I can shoot myself in the face with an outburst. And then just die to his regular top decks. Yeah, I'll take 2. Well, I'm going to assume it's very difficult to kill me with Hitsugu in 1 turn. So we'll play out the loot and see what happens. I'm at 10. Let's draw 4 cards. Be ready to shoot myself. Wow. Unironically did not draw land in all of those cards. Okay. Well, I'm just... probably just dead. I don't know. In turn. Oh, I could have drew 1 more card. I mean, it didn't make any difference. Pass. So I'm going to discard Finale, Impractical Joke, Slag Storm. Alright, I can work with this. Not getting hit Seagood. Oh, yes I am. I need critique? Yeah, maybe. No, I'm taking an island. Let's start with a loot. Flow State. Prismari Charm and Seer. Deal 1 damage to you, 1 damage to me. Yes. I ain't dumb, I know what you're doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Splatter technique. Let's set myself up. Let's draw some more cards. Sure. I'm going to discard loot. Maybe not, actually. Slag Storm. Outburst. Yeah, one of the loots. And Starforge. Three to each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. That's not enough. I need one more mana. Sam crying outside. Let's do this. 10. Maybe should. I guess it doesn't matter if the Archaic's in play. It's not gonna move the needle one bit. Guess I'll pass the turn. Do you have enough to kill me? Enjoy your cards. Not getting hit so good. Fuck that. Alright. Game 2. I can't imagine these are that. Slag Storms are particularly bad. Those are fine. I'll open the door for my cat. Get in here, buddy. Yep. Say hello to everyone. Alright. Impractical joke. We want the negates in. Alright. Essence Scatter. Probably better than Seer. Alright. And then I guess we'll just try again with this. Same thing, but with counter spells. Sam, wish me luck. I need it. Okay. Not horrendous. Not great either. Alright. Play Mount Out. Oh, Jesus, Sam. Calm down. Yeah, that was you, buddy. That wasn't on me. See if they ball lightning me. Probably won't. The fuck is the white for? I'll take one. Let's put this into play. Now let's cast the flow state. Absolutely would love a Prismari Charm. Take 3. Okay. Consult some star charts. Negate and a land, please. Play it a loot. We're almost there, folks. We just need to not die. I prefer that you didn't. One, two, three, four, five. Two, three, four. Four should be enough. It's quite a bit of steam vents. I will flow state, I guess. Okay. End turn. Type 3, sure. Discard one of these, one of these, one of those. I'll counter your monkey. Boom. Yep. Good game, my friend. See you guys in the postmortem. Alright, let's get into the postmortem. I loved this deck. The idea that you can go loot into untap, win the game, or even loot into finale, into Mathmagic's the following turn, all of it's awesome. Dawning Archaic, I could have played with a little bit more. Sometimes I would just miss sequence where I would forget to play it first, then cast my finale, shuffling away my discard pile. Other than that, Splatter Technique, great card. Goggles didn't really do anything. This is certainly one that could be cut. For the loot, I think 3 is probably still enough. You could run one more if you really want to, but just the ability to shuffle it back in with the Revelations if the game goes long enough. And, you know, this deck just wants to go long, just drawing cards every turn. Like, you will just get up there eventually. There is a theoretical chance that you probably aren't going to get to 14 lands, but even without loot, you could get to 12 lands, and once your opponent hits 32, you just bop them, and that's that. I did that while I was in testing. Prismari Charm, great card, loved it. Vibrant Outburst, great card, loved it. Usually it's just an Abrade, but sometimes you get the extra value. Star Charts, great. Flow State, oh god, I loved this card. Slag Storm's great. There's definitely some tweaking that can be done with the numbers. I'm also on 23 lands. I figured with the amount of card draw, I should be able to get there, but I don't know. Some other cards to consider are like Opt, maybe put some counter spells in the main. You could also swap out Negate for Spell Pierces. I was considering that while we were playing. High Fate Trickster. I don't know about this card necessarily, but yeah, just being able to disrupt a couple important spells from your opponent, that should be enough to get you going. There's probably even a consideration to splash white and use the Prismari, that huge, or not Prismari. What the hell is it called? The whatever command. Spend 300,000 mana. 7. Jeskai's Revelation. Because, like, getting a quick 8 off of a loot, or even just building up to a natural 7, this is a lot of disruption and you gain some life. Really cool deck. I absolutely love what's going on here. I could even see it going up on one more Archaic. Any more than that, it's probably excessive unless you're doing some self-mill. But yeah, I'd love this. I'd love to revisit this possibly for a monthly after working on it some more. I'll see you guys Sunday with another brew. I'm not sure what I'm going to build up there. This is the one that was really boiling my brain. I really wanted to use loot. And yeah, other than that, catch you guys next week. Or even, no, sorry, catch you guys on Sunday. See you then.